Hey guys, Max here, and I think it's time to talk about the New World expansion. There's leaks, they gave even more details, and the dev update they just released, and there's an awesome new trailer. So let's get into it. They revealed the price for the expansion, and to everyone who was saying it's going to be free, you're crazy. I don't think that ever in any MMO, when they release an expansion, when they use that word, there's always a price tag associated with it. And I think a lot of people were saying it's going to be free because of the state of the game. Some consider it still to be incomplete. I don't know about all that. I think $30 is a bit much. $20 would have been much more reasonable, especially to bring back people who have quit the game. For me, I play, I'm going to pay it. You know, I love to see new content. I'm happy. But I do hope that people who maybe took a break aren't scared off by this price tag, okay? They included that there's a new player bundle, but brother, 1 million people already bought the game. What are you caring about new player bundles? You have to bring back people who already bought the game and aren't so sure. Maybe the majority of those 1 million players were refunded. I don't think so, because when the game came out, you had to wait 2 hours in queue before you could even refund. So I think a lot of people got locked out of refunds. So I think they're focusing maybe on the wrong things here. Maybe there'll be a sale, maybe they'll bump down this price, but right now all we know is it's $30 and anything more is a little bit of copium, okay? What's in the expansion? Let me break it down. We got a new story, we got mounts, we got new progression, new gear rarity, the Flail, a new weapon. They redid First Light, a new zone, and then within the new zone there's a new expedition and new Heartrune. Everything's gonna be timestamped below, so feel free to skip through. But I know, for example, I know a lot of you guys probably do not care about the story. I, for one, I try really hard to get into the story in New World, but the writing is just so tedious, and it's especially how you have to collect notes, and it's kind of hard to get into the lore. I like watching lore videos that break it down, and I will say though, the seasonal stories were quite enjoyable that they released. So if this is the same quality, but if more content, I'm looking forward to it, honestly. That's all I got to say about the new story. Not much to say. Let's go on to the mounts. There's already leaked footage for the mounts. Those look cool. I'll link these videos below if you want to check them out. The area looks sick. This area does look sick. But you can use a wolf, a lion, or a horse currently, and I'm sure even more will come out. And there's customizable equipment and a name you could set, which is awesome. And there's a new trade skill along with that upon leveling up increases your speed, allows you to consume higher level food. Great, more use for the cooking life skill, and gives you buffs. I'm sure it's gonna be similar to the music stuff where you just get buffs, maybe yield, maybe luck, who knows. That's all awesome. Mounts have been a long time coming, and I'll leave off my worries for now, but I think no matter what, this will be a great feature to add to the game. Let me first talk about the new level increase. They increased the new level. The gear score is 700 now. There's new trade skills at level 250. That's all awesome, but something I've been wishing for a while is I hate sitting at level cap and having my XP go down the drain. I really like seeing my XP go towards something. Maybe I want a quest to get rid of markers on the map, or I just want to break from the usual grind. I don't want to do that and feel like it's useless. And I was hoping that maybe getting to level 65 would be more like a optional thing where you just kind of level up and it's more of a flex and it's just something you don't have to rush. But after watching the dev update, they have confirmed
you'll actually just hit level 65 very naturally just playing through the new content in the game.
It is something that's going to be easily done, and it's just going to kind of happen in the new zone. So, in essence, you just go to the new zone and you just level to 65 right away, and it doesn't actually matter at all other than from the attribute points. So, it's also locked behind the expansion. And now to do mutations that you could previously do, you have to be level 65. So you can't do mutations anymore if you don't have the expansion. Wow, what a change. I think I don't have to say much more about that. It's a little bit silly. And especially when this level increase is almost like kind of pointless. They haven't done anything with the level system other than increase it a little bit and make it easy to get. What the hell, bro? Okay. I'm not going to rant too much about that, but I think it's quite obvious how I feel. And I don't think they're going to do anything about it. I do hope they include an expertise system for how they did life scaling when you go above the max for leveling. I would love that. And I think me and other people have been asking for it for a while. Just let me, I want to clear up my map. Let me do quests and make it, they don't give good rewards. The rewards are useless, fine. But let me get that XP. Let it go towards something. When I'm chopping trees, let me get that XP. Let it go towards something. I love bars filling up, okay? Maybe it's just me, but I'm asking. I'll ask again. I'll ask every time. Please do something with the leveling system. Make it more enjoyable. Exactly. Okay, sorry. Aside from the level rant, let's get on to the next point. Gear score 700. Now, there's a lot more to this than it seems. They have completely gotten rid of expertise. Along with that comes a new gear rarity, artifacts. This is a completely brand new system to the game. You can equip up to 3 of these. 1 piece of armor, 1 weapon, and 1 jewelry. When I was first reading this, I did a first impressions video on my other channel that wasn't edited. I did not understand what in the world they meant by artifacts full potential unlocked. Unlocking its 6 perks, including 1 unique playstyle defining perk. I was confused. I was like, there's no way this piece of gear has 6 perks and 1 unique... What is a unique playstyle defining perk? Well, they give us examples in the devlog video. I'll give some of them here. One of them was a Abyss Great Axe. They named their favorites, and this is one of them. And this is simply an Abyss Great Axe. It scales all its damage with Int, and it converts it to Void. So it's like a mega attunement. Now, this is like whatever, you know, but this allows for some really cool builds. You could maybe go Blunderbuss Great Axe, and you have full Int scaling, so crazy detonates. That'd be a pretty cool build. You could go maybe Fire Staff or Ice Gauntlet Great Axe. Ice Gauntlet Great Axe sounds really fun. Put down a bunch of AoEs, start spinning, pull them into the AoEs. That'd be cool. That's just one example. Another one I thought was really cool was the Scorpion Javelin, another weapon. Common. We didn't get any. I think they only talked about weapons, yeah. But the Scorpion Javelin had a unique perk where instead of the javelin throw knocking people down, it pulled them towards you. So it was like a pudge or fresh hook, you know? So that's really awesome. And along with that, you have to do quests to... I don't know why I sound so excited about it. You have to do quests. You have to kill mobs. You have to complete certain things to unlock these perks. So that's cool. These are all gear score 700. And the way you obtain them is you can get them from PvP rewards. Let's go. You get them from the expedition. Let's go. And you get them from the mutations. Sorry. There's also a shield they talked about called the Wall. A very grandiose name. And it has like really high block percentage, and it also has 25% less elemental damage. So you're just a crazy tank with it, but you can't dodge. And that's going to be very interesting. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer for PvE. So we'll see how they balance things like that. But I'm excited, personally. It's going to be very build-defining, so you're going to have one. Instead of a weapon tree rework, which is a lot of people, including me, were asking for, it seems like we got this. And I've been advocating since day one for more unique weapon perks. Something closer to Paladin's card system. I'm naming hero shooters, but also TF2 is weapon system where the weapons aren't just upgrades. Like a lot of perks are just more damage. So that's a no-brainer, right? But instead, they change the playstyle. They take away something, like in the case of the shield, it has really good block, but you no longer can roll. So I want them to introduce more different play styles with these perks. And it looks like they're going for that, which sounds really cool. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. And I hope you guys are too. So another thing I'm really excited for is the trade skills. I just like life skilling. I've been so storing up my unusual auras, my unusual sap, and as soon as that new level capping comes out, you know I'm consuming everything. I'm going to get there first. I'm going to get to the new nodes first. I'm going to be selling all the materials. I'm going to be making bank. And then I'm not crafting stuff. That shit's too hard. It's too expensive, but I'm gonna be selling. I'm gonna be making money. That's the plan for the expansion, and you guys should be storing up materials too. But just, you know, simple change. Not much more to talk about the new life skilling and trade skills. It's refining and crafting. There's gonna be new cooldown materials. They announced one new cooldown material. And let me talk about the crafting here. You can now guarantee 700 gear score. Previously, this equivalent was 600 gear score. You could get 598 to 600 at most with all the armor, perks, food buffs, town buffs, and fort buffs. It was very hard to get all that. Maybe I missed trophies also, sorry. But you could get 598 at most, so you still had RNG. Now there's something called an Azov inductor. They didn't specify how we're going to get it, but it guarantees 700 gear score. So that's cool. You use this really expensive item probably, and you still have to roll perks. Nah, they got you covered. There's something called a prismatic scarab now, where you get to choose everything. You get to choose the perks, you get to choose all the perks, and you get to choose the type. So constitution, the attributes, sorry. So that's gonna be wild. This item is on a cooldown, so we're not sure how to get it yet, but it is a cooldown item. So that's really awesome for crafting. Getting best in slot gear now it's doable. You can actually life skill, and it was doable before, but it was so expensive, and it's the gotcha. Some people liked it. If you had money, you liked it. If you didn't have money, you hated it. Okay, so these are really cool changes. We'll see how this balances out. Maybe it's gonna be too easy to get best in slot gear. Come on, man. I don't think so. I think it's great that people can get best in slot gear and enjoy PvP to the fullest, and it's not gonna be gate kept. I don't think there's reason for the game to be gate kept like it currently is. So that's cool. That's all for crafting and the new artifacts. Let's talk about the new weapon, Flail. I think personally, me and a lot of people were hoping that it would be a life staff alternative, because we saw on the leaks it scales of strength and focus. I'm not sure if this is still the case. It might be a strength con weapon, but it doesn't say anything about healing. I don't think it's not gonna be an alternative for the life staff. It seems like they didn't say a single word about healing. Control F. No, they don't say anything about healing. But this weapon does seem to be an alternative for currently the only viable tanking PvE weapon, Sword and Shield. You have to have a Sword and Shield if you're playing tank and PvE, or else you're kind of trolling. There's nothing else to block. You need a shield, and this is an alternative to that, so I'm happy. It looks cool in the trailer. Not much more to say. We don't know much about it. It seems to have a bunch of AoEs, similar to Void Gauntlet. So it's going to be OP in Wars, most likely. And it's locked behind the expansion. The new zone. So we got mounts. We got cool new progression. We got new armor. We got a new weapon. We got all so much. But what are the zones? So I think this is the biggest unifying complaint I've seen from a lot of people, is that everyone was expecting 2 zones. We were expecting First Light and a new big zone to use our mounts in. I mean, that's pretty normal. First Light is tiny, man. So we don't know what size they're going to make First Light. It better be huge, though. What's the point of mounts if we can't run around? Come on. So this is the leak footage we got for the new zone. And this is the before and after, how they've redone it. And I think it looks sick. It does look really cool, I will admit. But I think it's not more about if the new zone's going to look cool in the refurbish. I think they're going to do a great job. But it's more about, we were expecting something, an expansion. We were expecting something more expansive, especially when you're bragging about mounts. You know, you get mounts, so along with that, you expect somewhere where you could run around and use those mounts. So, but I think they're going to plan maybe to include a new zone in December and a new elite raid. That's my guess, but yeah, it looks so nice. The new zone does look really cool. And I can't wait to fight nodes. Everyone's going to be fighting over the nodes, man. Nice. They're definitely going to make the zone bigger. They have to. There's no way it can be the same size. Imagine that. Expansion comes out and everyone's just running around First Light. It's definitely going to be bigger. Right? Right? I don't know. Okay. I'll let this video play out. I think you've seen enough, though. I'll link the video below. Now on to the expedition and the new Heartrune. Honestly, for the expedition, I think all of the latest expeditions they've released have been plenty of fun. They've all been great, and I don't really expect much more from this one. I've enjoyed all of them, and I think I'll enjoy this one too. And yeah, more excitingly is, don't get me wrong, the expedition's cool, but the Heartrune, oh man, the last Heartrune they released has not been seeing that much use in PvP.